Welcome to the courtroom of Judgy Judee. Is she a judge? No. Is she here to judge your situation and let you know just what she thinks of it and you? Absolutely. If you're sensitive and easily butthurt, you should exit stage left now, cause sis is not a baker and is not here to sugarcoat anything. The questions are real. Her rulings are not final, since y'all are hard-headed assholes that tend to do what you want to do anyway. All rise for the beautiful Judgy Judee.
First case on the docket. Will she call me Mom?
Dear Judgy Judee, I have a terrible secret that I've been hiding from my best friend. When we were teens and lived next door to each other, I came to her house looking for her, but she wasn't home. Her father let me in to wait for her to return. When I grew tired of waiting, he approached me with money asking, had I ever been with a real man before? I was shocked and turned down his proposition. Later on, I ended up in a bind and needed some fast cash. I found myself sleeping with him to get the money. After that first time, I fell for him. Once he and her mother divorced, due to his cheating, I never saw him again. 10 years later, we bumped into one another, rekindled our flame, and have secretly been together for over a year now. He's recently proposed, and I said I had to tell my friend first, but I want to say yes. What should I do if my bestie can't handle the news? Girl, is you stupid or is you dumb? There is no way in hell that your so-called best friend is going to be able to forgive you for breaking up her parents' marriage. Because even though it sounds like her daddy was a dirty zick dog that was slanging that lil eggplant all over town, sis is definitely going to blame you when she finds out that you was letting her daddy knock the sonic coins out yo young pooty cat back in the day. So, I would really keep that little tidbit to myself. But, since it was mentioned, I'm curious to know if you were 14. 15-year-old teenager or an 18-19-year-old teenager when you first let Nate get you out that bind? 'Cause he's sounding a lil pedo-ish if you know what I mean. Now aside from that, you can forget sis being happy or even accepting of the sneaking around for over a year, engagement foolishness. You are not about to go from best friend to stepmama without her and her mama getting a hold to yo ass and turning you every which way but loose. You need to ditch Mr. Dirty D and hope your friend and her mama never find out about this situation.
Next case on the docket. 50 Shades of Yay or Nay?
Dear Judgy Judee, my boss is sexy as hell and lets it be known that he's interested in me. The problem is, I don't eat where I should, so I ain't never been with the workplace romance drama. Yet, this dude is so fine and established. I want to let him take me out, but fear that if things don't go well, he may pull rank and make my job a living hell. What should I do? It sounds like you have already decided that you're going to test the waters, so be sure to protect yourself and your job. Document your communication by keeping all of your text messages and recording your phone calls if you're in a one-party consent state. That way, if things do go south, in a not-so-sexy way, and he decides to retaliate if you stop mixing business with pleasure, you can file a sexual harassment/retaliation suit. Keep me posted so I can know if it was worth it.
They say you should keep your friends close and your enemies closer, but even that can backfire. Order this tale of double-crossing deception today.
Next case on the docket. Bye bye baby.
Dear Judgy Judee, I'm a bisexual man that keep nothing but bad bitches around me. None are badder than my bestie Trina. We've been BFFs since middle school, and I've always had a crush on her that she has never known about. Well, we were out partying at a club one night, and we both had a few too many drinks. I got her home safely, and she was out like a light. I'm ashamed to admit it, but I couldn't help myself, and although I was high and drunk, I won't blame my actions on that. I had sex with her, and the next day, lied like she brought a random dude home. Now, she's pregnant and trying to track down the baby daddy, which is me. I'm afraid of ruining our relationship and going to jail by revealing this to her. What should I do? Sir, you're going to jail and then to hell soon after that. You really took advantage of somebody that you call your best friend, didn't use a condom and lied to her about it? And you've let this lie go on for how long now? You clearly weren't thinking on your toes, 'Cause you really should have talked sis into popping a plan B the morning after you assaulted her and encouraged her to get an STD panel done and to watch how much she drinks from now on. Since you've let this situation get this far, your best bet is to try and talk her into getting rid of the baby, or hoping and praying that she loses it naturally, because I don't know how long it'll be before she realizes that something is off, or until you end up telling on yourself. Reevaluate your behavior and work on being a better person and a better friend. Also, do her a favor and sever ties with her, because you are not her friend. If you're not mad enough to do that, and I have a feeling that you're not, you need to just tell her that y'all both decided to be intimate that night and that you didn't know how to tell her until now. To save your own ass, you better die with the lie.
Next case on the docket. Tic-tac, oh no.
Dear Judgy Judee, I met this guy at the club and he appeared to be the total package. Handsome face, sexy body, fashion sense on another level. And after talking to him, I found his personality and sense of humor also on point. We went outside, and he was driving a foreign car that was paid off. I asked what he does for a living, and he owns real estate. I was thoroughly impressed. After a 2-month period of whining and dining, I checked the temperature to see how he would act about sex. He remained a complete gentleman, and that made me want to get it to him. We did it. I regret it, but he's such a great catch. His dingling is like riding a tic-tac, and I'm trying to figure how to deal with this. Please give me some answers. If that's the only issue, you better find some toys and some new positions or something. Honey, do we know how to eat it at least? It's easy for me to tell you to stick it out. No pun intended, but sexual intimacy is a major part of a relationship, and if you're not being satisfied, and there is no way that he would ever be able to satisfy you, you need to let that man go before you become frustrated and grow to resent him. But take some time to consider if you want to give up someone that's probably giving you 90% of what you want. In this dating pool, do one with P in it. But in all seriousness, no one is perfect, so you're going to end up compromising at some point if you're ever going to have a successful, lasting relationship, so you have to decide what you're willing to compromise on. Good luck, girl.
If you want to know if you are indeed the asshole, or if you have a dilemma that you need Judee's honest opinion on, send her a note at AskJudee@outlook.com and you just may see your question answered on the show.
Next case on the docket. Keeping it in the family.
Dear Judgy Judee, I already know what a lot of people are going to think of me, but I need some advice, so here it goes. I'm a 50-year-old man. My late girlfriend was half my age and her parents hated our relationship. Because of that, making their hate for me grow, I allowed her to convince me to pay for a BBL procedure that cost her her life. Her 19-year-old sis was the only one that didn't blame me and helped me deal with the loss. Well, now we're a couple and the family is definitely up in arms about that, but you can't help who you fall in love with. Anyways, how do we deal with all this hate coming from her family and try to be civil? What is your old ass doing steady messing with these young women that could literally be your daughters? And your deceased girlfriend's sister at that? I'm surprised their father hasn't put hands and feet on you, sir. As for being civil with the parents, forget it. To them, you're the devil incarnate. I'm sure they feel you were too old to be dating their daughter in the first place, and I'm also sure that they blame you for her death, even though she was a grown woman that was going to get a BBL, whether you paid for it or not. They can't blame their dead daughter, so they definitely blame you. They also see you as a predator and your new girlfriend as a traitor, as do I. I don't see any hope that they will ever be civil with you, no matter how long you and their daughter are together, because you've added insult to injury.